Stream is live. Let's tweet that out.
Hey, I just got the noti. That's sick.
Noti gang.
And I will tweet this. I'll tweet it from the pod account.
You're tweeting it from the pod account?
Yeah, I got it. I hope the chat's popping today, because the quiz is gonna be really fun if we have a good chat.
Gotta retweet that shit. Alright.
Right.
Oops.
Oh god, kids are making TikToks now?
Oh god, I know he's doing YouTube shit.
Who is the NBA eye test GOAT? What does he do? What is...
Trae Young top 10. I think
Trae
he's
Young
like
top 10?
11 to
No.
11 to 15 range for me.
He's in that 11 to 15 range, but we're
If everyone's
we'll
healthy,
get there.
no.
If everyone's healthy, he's not top 10.
Let's get a few people up in here. Say what's up in the chat if you're watching.
Is that Kyrie Wilson or is it Kyer Wilson?
I think it's Kyer.
Kyer? That's an interesting
Kier?
name. That's a
Maybe
unique ass
Kier?
name.
You guys let me know when you want me to do the intro.
I wanna.
You can do it now.
I mean, yeah, you can just do it now. Fuck it.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the We Know Ball podcast. We are back after not recording last week. There was literally nothing to talk about, so we're not gonna just put out a half-assed episode. What's going on, guys?
Nothing
bro.
much. I've been this totally just dead off season. See, this is the downside of getting more and more invested into basketball. Is when this dead period happens. I am so
Yeah, I don't know what to do
bored,
with my
bro.
life.
But I started getting into baseball, which is
Yes.
nice.
Go
But
Mariners.
I
Fuck the
mean,
Cubs.
Cubs, man.
yeah, go Mariners. But I mean, this isn't a baseball pod, so we do have some we got some Suns news this week. I think the hilarious one is signing Dwayne Washington, who the Pacers cut in order to make room for DeAndre Ayton, as we all know. I mean, what do you guys know about him? I haven't really watched any film or anything. I know he averaged 10 points
I've
with
seen.
the
Yeah,
Pacers.
I saw our Beast tweet about him, like going into his.
He can create his
analytics.
own shot from the highlights I saw, which is something that we need. He's not like he's like kind of like the opposite of Campaign. He doesn't have like quick burst to the rim or anything, but he can
Shit.
like actually he has a good jump shot. He does,
Shit. He can be our backup PG.
yeah, he does like step backs and shit that nobody on our team does other than Devin Booker. So
Yeah, I mean the
that's
thing
good.
is he's only like 22, right?
Yeah, he's pretty young.
So I mean, yeah,
Yep, he's
that's a
22.
good young player. He's probably the youngest player on the team now, right?
Yeah, he would
Probably.
be. He would be.
Other than DA, who just turned 24. Happy birthday, DeAndre Ayton.
Sarah got that bag too.
Got that bag for his birthday, man. Um,
Sir.
so I mean, Dwayne Washington,
It sounds exciting. The thought of it sounds exciting, but players get to the
the
Suns and they usually shit the bed.
the
So
prospect of Dwayne Washington, like the idea of him is very appealing if he can become a real like NBA player. As of right now, he's probably not even like a rotation player, but still, I mean,
Guess it just
he's
depends.
on a two-way contract, so he's basically free,
Yeah.
and we get to meme him to the Pacers every time we play them. So at least there's
I
that,
think that's
right?
so funny that they dropped two players for DA. We re-signed DA and then take one of the players they dropped.
Yeah,
That's
and it
funny
can't
as
be a
fuck.
coincidence with like how Book was talking about how he's like been watching him since he was 8 years old. It cannot be a coincidence. Devin Booker definitely told James Jones to go get him,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
and he looks pretty nice from the small sample size we have. He's a good playmaker. He can shoot. Can't go wrong with that, especially for that cheap.
Yeah, and then the big wing signing we all
It's
been
our
waiting
biggest
for
signing of
the
the
Suns.
offseason.
The biggest wing acquisition we've been waiting for. Re-signing Ish Wainwright to another two-way contract. A lot of people thought he was going to get a full
I'm a little sad
guaranteed
he didn't. He
contract.
kind of. I feel like he should have. I feel like he should have. I feel
I'm
like he's
sad.
earned it.
I'm sad for him,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm very glad that we still have that open roster spot for whoever Kevin may be filling that spot. No,
Because honestly, he hasn't proved anything. The actual like games. To
Well, there's
earn a
that day
full
we were.
contract.
There's that game where he ran small ball 5. He was
Yeah,
yeah,
hooping.
too small. Too small of a
that's
sample size.
that's 1 in a million, man. I don't think I'd be shocked if that happened again. But still, he's just another depth piece, and I mean he gives effort on defense, and I mean hey, if he can
He's
consistently
probably a
hit,
great locker room guy too. You can just tell.
Definitely.
probably yeah. And if I mean if who knows, maybe if he can get that corner three down consistently and maybe not like airball every fifth shot, um, who knows? Maybe he could get a few minutes here and there. But regardless, still good to have him back. I hope they don't make another Frank Kaminsky mistake and just like cut him because I mean if you look back on last season, the Frank Kaminsky cutting was probably when everything started going downhill.
We
I'm
got the
not even
Frank
kidding
Kaminsky
about
curse.
that.
The
I'm
Frank the
not even
Tank
joking.
curse. No, and I'd
I,
actually like Frank right now. I wouldn't mind having him on the squad at all.
Bad he's in the Hawks, man.
yeah, he's on the Hawks, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Too
I'm
late.
saying like if we didn't fucking cut
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind
Oh yeah.
having him on the squad.
Yeah, he was a great locker room guy. But yeah, I mean, we're likely not gonna see like any NBA news like at all, really. There's really
Yeah.
nothing left to do. Everyone, all the biggest free agents have signed. Right now, everybody is just waiting to see where Kevin Durant goes. And the big recent news drop is that Kevin Durant is meeting with the Nets owner. Is that
Yeah.
tomorrow?
I think that was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, so we just know nothing still. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
nothing at all.
Dude, this sucks. It sucks having to wait, man, because
It's all just two-way
when the news
contracts.
first dropped, it was like I was staring at my phone all the time, waiting for a tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're in August and
Yeah,
absolutely
we get a
nothing.
Woj notification. It's like a two-way player to sign.
Has Flex even said
No one
anything
cares.
recently?
No, Flex has been quiet for a minute too. But he said he was like I'm just gonna leave and well, I'll tell you if anything happens. But honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I've completely like stretched this like my expectations for Kevin Durant. I've stretched it all the way to February to the trade deadline.
Yeah.
I was talking
Cause
about that when we were I wouldn't have been surprised.
yeah, cause
We can give up DA at that point.
the Nets the Nets are obviously in no rush to trade him. Why would they be? And I mean, do you guys like if he doesn't get traded, do you guys think he plays for the Nets this season?
The way they built their team they have right now in the offseason, I think they're fit for him to play. TJ Warren, Royce O'Neal.
Kai is still there.
I think
Yeah,
that
and they
if everyone is healthy, I think that's still a pretty good team.
Yeah, and they who did they get? I don't know, somebody else. So they got Nicholas Claxton. They lost Andre Drummond.
Ben
They have like a
Simmons.
yeah, they're getting Ben Simmons back. They have a good enough team to contend. I don't think he has any reason to sit out.
Yeah, so like I don't want to say that we should just like give up all hope for this trade to happen because I don't think it's hopeless, but I think at this point, preseason starts in like a month or so. I think at this point we should probably just assume that we're going into next season with the roster as it is.
And that's
So
okay. That's not the worst thing that could have happened. We could have lost DA and we'd still not have KD right now. So
no, yeah, it's like I keep saying, the Suns are still like basically the same 64 win team. All
you
they
think we're still
lost is
contenders?
Bell. Yeah, I mean it depends. Like some people will say we were never contenders in the first place,
Warriors
which
fans.
but I mean yeah, they're not like I think I've said this and like people will disagree. I still think that Mavs series was kind of a fluke
Yeah.
because they're not gonna have like a 40-point loss in Game 7. That doesn't happen.
Mhm.
I think
Like
that
and
was like yeah.
where the NBA is like definitely still contenders, just because it takes a lot of luck. Like anything can happen, you know.
I But the biggest things that I want to see from the Suns, and I wanted this last season, and I really hope that they do it this season. I really need DeAndre Ayton to become like a real second scoring option because I don't know if I can watch another season of Chris Paul like dribbling up at the top of the key and missing mid. I can't do it. I can't do it again.
Mhm.
Like
We need Cam Johnson, and Mikhail to take some of the load off Booker and Paul, and not just have them sitting in the corner the whole game.
yeah, here's the thing, and I really like the prospect of Cam Johnson starting
Didn't we see a
because
thing an interview with Cam Johnson and him saying that he's been working a lot on trying to create his own shot um to take the load off of them. Wasn't that a
Yeah.
thing?
he said I think yeah there was
So
something like that that came out.
and Jay Crowder's too. I forgot what he was talking about. Like some type of trade speculation. He's
Uh,
about. I think
I
he's about. I think he's about ready to go.
Jay can go. I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
he can go.
I feel like that was more just cryptic, and I
Yeah,
don't think it meant that much.
yeah but you
Yeah, I
know,
don't
I personally want to. I want to see him go.
like. I wouldn't be mad if he's like still on the team. As a, let me get the let me get one thing straight. I don't think he should start anymore.
Oh yeah, I
I
agree.
think I don't think his defense at this point is good enough to justify starting him. Because I mean, he can't stay with guards. He can't guard bigger fours. He's a very like scrappy, tough defender, but in terms of who he can actually like guard, the list is very short.
He hits
So
1 3 every like 3 games.
yeah,
Playoffs. You can't have that.
he is the most like hot, one of the most hot and cold players in the NBA. We can't have it. So please start Cam Johnson. I'm on officially hashtag start Cam Johnson train.
Mhm.
Because I mean we saw it when he started last season. He immediately like his points per game shot up to like 16 just by him
I think
starting
it
and
was
doing
damn near
nothing
18.
else.
I think I feel you guys think Cam Johnson could be a 20 point per game scorer eventually?
Yeah, yes, I tweeted this. I think in the maybe not for the Suns necessarily,
Yeah.
but I think if he is put in the right situation, I mean, I think if he starts next year, just like automatically by starting, I think he averages like 15, 16 points per game
That's
If
just
he was
insane.
like
by
a
That might be
if
a
he was
most
like a
improved
second
candidate.
option somewhere. Yeah. If he was like a second option somewhere, he would definitely average 20. It's that not in the Suns. He can't.
should
I'm
he
not.
be
He
a second
can't. But
option? Probably not.
no, he can't be. But he if he was, he would average 20.
Yeah, for sure. He'd be like a TJ Warren.
Yeah, that team would lose a lot though.
Team would lose a lot, just like the Suns did when
Yeah.
TJ Warren was averaging 20 on the Suns. It's the same thing, but he could definitely do it. I think he's the perfect type of player for what the Suns are now. And if he manages to uh, become like more of a creator and is able to create more of his own stuff off the dribble, then I can definitely see him averaging like 18 for the Suns. It's just a question that just becomes a question of whose shots does he take? Hopefully Chris Paul's,
I was
but
gonna
you
say,
never know.
so Chris Paul's.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
you have to assume DeAndre Ayton is also taking some of Chris Paul's shots, hopefully. And then, I mean, where does that leave Mikal in the offense?
It just depends on who wants to take more shots between Cam and Mikhail every night. Sometimes it could be Mikhail, sometimes it could be Cam.
Yeah, I think we have a good
Which
issue going on right now.
it's definitely a good problem to have, assuming that they actually like figure it out. Because
I think that's
if
gonna be
we
the
get
same for
in
the Clippers though, because I
with
know we were
Kawhi
talking
and
about this
PG,
with just how deep they are in general.
the difference there, I think, is that with the Clippers, it's a very clear like hierarchy of players, right? You have your Kawhi and PG, your two stars, and everybody else on that team knows they're a role player. Whereas the Suns, you have your Devin Booker, who is the guy, but our biggest questions going in the season, we don't know who's our second option
Right.
right now. So then we have to first answer who's the second option between Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton, and then like assuming that Cam Johnson does start taking those shots, does that make Chris Paul maybe even like the fourth option scoring wise? I would love to
Yeah.
see it. In a perfect world, Chris Paul doesn't have to shoot the ball ever. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
He can
wish.
just take over in the fourth if he wants to.
yeah, exactly. Let him rest into the fourth like he always does anyway.
Mhm.
Because I think if DeAndre Ayton can become that like 20 point per game scorer and Cam Johnson can be like that 18 point per game scorer, we'll see a lot less of those like clutch games from the Suns.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
what I'm hoping from Dwayne Washington is that he could be like a serviceable good backup point guard. That Chris Paul can coast and rest a little bit more. Then he'll be set for the playoffs. Or like even game by game, he could get more rest, come back in the fourth, and do what he does.
exactly like, and we don't even need Dwayne Washington to be like insane. Just someone who can get a bucket
Better
here
than
and there.
campaign. Yep.
It isn't a
Better
negative
than-
every time on the court. That's
Who
it.
isn't a negative, and it's not like a question of, oh, are we gonna get like like with campaign, it's like, oh, are we gonna get the campaign who is making his lefty scoop layups, or are we getting the campaign who's gonna throw his lefty scoop layups over the rim? You know what I mean? So
Shoot step back threes over AD.
yeah.
Well, if it's
So
over AD, I'm taking that shot over a D Book 3 man because he's the Laker. He's the Laker killer.
True.
yeah, campaign is only good against the Lakers, I guess. But I'm very much looking forward to. Didn't we sign someone else? Oh, I'm looking forward to what Josh Okogie's role is going to be.
Yeah, me too. I was just
Is
gonna
it a
say that.
Kogi or a Koji?
I always say a
Kogi.
Kogi.
Because I've heard it both ways.
I think it's a Kogi.
I want to go
'Cause
back to what
he-
you said earlier, real quick, Isaac. The whole us getting out of the clutch time minutes. Um, I keep trying to tell a lot of Suns fans I see on Twitter is like that's not a good thing that we're the best clutch time like that we what were we like? I forgot what our record was in clutch time.
Well,
Like
it's
it's
good that we
good, but
won
you don't
those
want to be in
games,
you don't
but
want to
it's
be in the
bad
clutch
that we
time.
had so many.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good
it's against
argument
the
to
Trailblazers
have.
and the Kings,
Right.
the
I don't-
Pistons, and like
The Spurs. I know we had like
Yeah.
3 against the Spurs or something like that.
there's no reason to have that. The
And what
game
I
should be
was
over by
yeah,
the third quarter.
what I was getting at earlier is like, and that's because of Chris Paul's tendency to just coast throughout the game until the fourth quarter, which is great, and it's great that he can clutch up because he's all rested in the fourth quarter and he can clutch up and win. But the thing is, like, if you really want to be like a contender, we need, and I'm specifically calling out DeAndre Ayton and Cameron Johnson. Those two are going to be like the biggest factor for the Suns because we know what we're going to get from Devin Booker and we know what we're going to get from Chris Paul for the most part, and we know what we're going to get from Mikal Bridges. We really, if we want to take that next step, especially if KD is not going to be an option, we need to see DeAndre Ayton and Cameron Johnson become scorers that
What
need
the
to be respected at all times. Because if not, if Ayton is still just averaging like 16, 17 and Cam Johnson is only averaging like 15, 16, it's not going to happen. We need them to really take like that next step. And I know Cam's like 26 already or whatever, but we really just need to see that step, because
Yeah.
if not, then what do we really have?
Nothing.
We got nothing.
Because who was our second leading scorer? Was it DA last year with like 17?
It was DA at 17.
And was it Chris Paul
Which is
after that?
Yeah, it was Chris Paul who was like 15, and then
Yeah,
Mikal
no.
was like 13, and yeah, we. And this is why I'm like so desperate for Kevin Durant, because I really just want to see Book play next to another superstar. But even if like DeAndre averages 20, that's still leaves Eric Bledsoe as Devin Booker's best scoring teammate
Yeah.
at like 21.
Yeah.
Which, and oh my God, I could go on for hours about Devin Booker, man, because I already do it on Twitter anyway, if you see my tweets. But the fact that the Suns were like this 64-win team and they didn't even have a second 20-point per game scorer is nuts. If someone told you that like before the season, if someone came up and said the Suns are going to win 64 games this season and nobody else is going to average 20 points, over 20 points except for over even 18 points except for Devin Booker, would like you kind of would think
Yeah.
they're crazy. So,
What's up, D the
yeah.
original?
Yeah, man. I really really want to see the scoring
I think the
leaps
Cam
from-
Johnson leap is a lot more important than the DA leap, though.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, DeAndre Ayton at the very least is still going to be 16, 17 points on elite efficiency. That's not just
Yeah.
going to go away.
But if he
Mhm.
gets more shots, he's gonna be. He could honestly get to like 22, 23. Honestly,
Cam
with
Johnson is
with
like
just
right
if he-
there.
3 or
If
4
he keeps
shots
that
a game,
efficiency,
3 or 4 more shots a game.
hot take: Dwayne Wade is top
Is
2
that a
shooting
hot take,
guard
though?
of all time.
That is.
Yes.
How hot of a take is
Very-
it?
I mean, off the top of my head, Jordan and Kobe are both better.
That James Harden third.
Yeah.
I have Dwayne Wade over Harden, bro.
Yeah,
I
that-
can't
Yeah,
tell
I
if
got
you're
James
joking or
Harden.
not.
Like, is
Are
it a
you
hot?
being s-
Is it a hot
you
take
being
to have
serious?
a? Aryan, are
Have
you being
what?
serious?
Yeah.
Oh
Got
god.
James
okay.
Harden third.
You have James Harden as the third best shooting guard of all time?
Yeah.
Are
What do
we
you- What about AI?
are we
forgetting about AI
forgetting
and
that?
Dwayne
Are
Wade?
we
I got
forgetting
him.
that?
Got him
Are we
over-
forgetting that
over both.
2006 championship run from Dwayne Wade, man? How many rings does Harden have, by the way?
I don't care, bro. Harden was going
Dwayne Wade
crazy.
definitely top 3.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade's definitely over.
That's one I could argue. Harden fourth, Wade third, but
Dude,
I
that's
might
as
even
low
put
as I
Allen
go.
Iverson over James Harden.
no,
James
I
Harden
got
career
James-
not over yet.
I can rock with Harden over Iverson. I can't rock with Harden over Wade. like-
I can see it.
Dwayne Wade like basically single-handedly led that 2006 team to a championship. Harden's not doing that. He had his chances. He had several chances and didn't do it. They were up 3-2 on the Warriors with
Yeah,
Harden.
that's the one thing. Harden can't perform in the playoffs.
Yeah, man. I mean,
As a player, I
Until-
like him more.
and even if Harden does end up winning a ring with the Sixers this season, I still don't even think that puts him over D Wade. Because he's not the best player on that team. But I think that this is a great segue into the next thing that I wanted to talk about today, and I want to revisit the top 30 players in the NBA.
Let's do
We're
it.
gonna do the same quiz that we did before.
Are you gonna share your screen again?
Yeah, I'll share it so that the stream can see it. A few rules before we get started. This is based on the last time that we saw these players play. So it's not necessarily like going into next season, because I think we can all agree Anthony Edwards is like probably going to be a top 30 player next season, and he's not in this quiz because it's from last season. So this is fully based on the last time that we saw these players. It includes players like Dame and Kawhi, and Zion is in it. Zion was going to be tricky because the last time we saw him, he was like, I mean, was he good defensively the last time we saw him? It was a long time ago.
He got a ton of blocks.
I think it's like a
We
JaVale
could-
McGee type
what
of
we
thing.
could do is we can just kind of disregard Zion.
You want to just
Is Ja
disregard
top
Zion?
10? No, Ja's not top 10.
Ja's not even close to top 10. He's barely even top 15, man.
Yeah, probably
can,
17 to 18 for me.
I mean, we don't have to, but that's it. We can just disregard him and just pick the other person over Zion every time, and then just cut him out of the list. It's because we haven't seen him play in like so long.
Yeah, I'd be okay with just cutting Zion out of it because he's a very difficult player to rank right now.
Yeah.
So we'll disregard Zion for now. And let me share this with the stream so you guys can see it. All right, can you guys see it?
Can now.
And can the stream see it?
Let's see. Slow. Yep, they're good. It's on
Stream
stream.
can see. All right. So you guys can see, and it's gonna be like the same kind of order of questions as last time. We have and the same. We'll do the same system. We'll do it like on a voting system. So someone's gonna end up being a tiebreaker every time.
Right.
So our first one, we have Jaylen Brown or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
This is Jaylen Brown. This one's pretty
Yeah.
easy.
I got Jaylen Brown.
I wouldn't say it's pretty easy, but I do have Jaylen Brown.
If we're going based on the last time they played, I think it's easier than it was when we ranked them the first time.
Jaylen Brown was amazing in the finals.
He was. I think Shai has the same problem right now that Devin Booker had when the Suns
Yeah.
were bad. But I get it, and I am choosing Jaylen Brown. But I'm good. Shai is gonna get his respect one day, man. One day.
Soon. Give it like 2 or 3
One day.
years.
All right, we got Bradley Beal or Kyrie Irving. This is a good one.
This is
I got Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm taking Kyrie. I thought you were gonna take Beal, Arian.
Yeah, I kind of
I
thought
was
so
thinking
too.
about it, but I like Kyrie over Beal right now. He also play up to that
Kyrie is still
big-ass
him.
contract.
Kyrie is still
Yes.
him.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna take. My gut says Kyrie, as
It's
well.
close. This is close though.
But this is a very close one, yes. All right, so it's PG or Zion. So I mean, PG's better anyway,
Yeah.
so that works out. Kawhi over
Kawhi,
Brandon Ingram.
yeah.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
AD.
AD over Darius, right?
Yeah.
We're all good there. Okay. Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is the one we struggled with last time.
I'd say Rudy Gobert.
Didn't we pick Rudy for like so?
That's still
I
my
think-
that's still my opinion. I still think Rudy's better.
I think Rudy Gobert ended up in like our top 15 last time because. But I don't know, dude. I really want to say Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, no meme shit. I'm taking Donovan Mitchell. You have
That's
to.
not even a meme. I just think Rudy's
You think Rudy's a
defensive
better basketball player?
a pure hooper, like they say on Twitter.
Hooper.
I think he's a better basketball player. But we can go Donovan Mitchell. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm just. I don't know, dude. I'm just not a fan of Rudy Gobert, bro. But we'll go Donovan Mitchell. Here's another one.
More.
DeMar. Clearly, right? This one on the surface feels like it should be close, but then like.
Yeah, that's why I hesitated for a second, and then I'm like,
And then,
on
by
the
the
last time
way-
we see them play,
I think if we were doing this going into next season, I would pick Levine.
Yeah.
But since we're
I
not,
think
since
last
we're
season
going off, last season, I'm going to pick DeMar. But DeMar's not going to have. I don't think DeMar's going to have a season like that again.
No.
Here's a great one: Jimmy Butler or Jason Tatum. I am very
Jimmy.
anti. I'm
gotta go
very
but
anti
Jimmy.
Jason Tatum right now.
it's got to be Jimmy.
Jimmy Butler. Jimmy
Hey,
Butler
Jimmy.
clears.
Based
dude.
on the last time we seen him play.
He doesn't clear, but he's better.
I am so anti Jason Tatum right now. It's not even fun. And I'm a huge. I like Jason Tatum, but I'm very.
Would you
very
take him on the Suns
anti-
now?
Yeah, I'd still take him on the Suns. What are you talking about, dude? Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, the two light-skinned killers on the same team, man. Of course I'd take it on the same team, but until like I got Booker over Tatum right now.
I'm
I'm sure
taking
we all
Jimmy
do, and
over
I'll
Tatum.
show we'll get there. But yeah, Jimmy Butler over Tatum.
Jimmy.
Luka
Luka.
over's
Luka.
better than Cat. That's easy. Dame is better than Harden. That's easy.
Be Harden, bro.
Oh,
No,
don't put me in this
you
situation.
can't.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
wait.
guys
Are
really
you
put me in
actually
this
taking
situation.
Harden?
It's from the last time we saw them play. Okay, see, it's unfair because Dame was playing injured. But I think Dame is a better basketball player. But if we're saying last time we saw them play, I'm taking Harden.
I still gotta go Dame.
I gotta go Dame too.
Okay. Yeah, Dame.
Oh God.
This,
Hey
this,
Isaac.
here we go, man. I'm never gonna hear the end of this, but
Here we
yes, I
go.
do have Devin Booker over Tatum.
Embiid.
I have all I need to know about this now. That's great. Wait, we have a chat question. Where do you put Kawhi and Giannis in the all-time list? That's a great question. We'll
That's
address
super
it
hard.
after the quiz. Kawhi, um, I don't know. Let's move. We'll answer that in a minute. Embiid over Chris Paul, obviously. Okay,
Give me
This is a
Book.
really good one.
I have Devin Booker over Trae Young. This is gonna sound like anybody who's not a Suns fan who listens to this is just gonna think we're fucking homers and biased. But anyone who's not a Suns fan listening to this, I'm looking at you, the Spook Squad, if you're still here. I just saw 3 people leave them. 3 viewers just left.
Oh God.
If you and I tweeted this about Trae Young and Ja a few weeks ago. You have a player. I said, who would you rather have? Would you rather have a player who is an elite scorer and an elite playmaker and a god awful defender, or would you rather have a player who's an elite scorer, a like above average playmaker, and a decent defender? And everybody took the second player. That's Devin Booker versus Trae Young. That's what that is.
That's a
I'd
good
take Book.
point.
See,
That's
I'm
a
not
good
I'm not
point.
biased in that point. I'd take Tatum over Booker, but I would take Booker over Trae Young.
I'm glad we agree there because Devin Booker I think is just a better all-around player. I will say Trae is a better scorer and a better playmaker. But I mean scoring it's like a marginal difference and the only thing he's really better at is shooting threes. Is just shooting. I wouldn't say he's a better like pure scorer necessarily. They're probably about the same. And then obviously he's
It's
a better
close.
playmaker, but then it's the defense, man.
Yeah, I'll take Book.
Jokic over Ja, that's easy. Here's one. Brandon, I think you chose Kevin Durant last time.
Give me Giannis.
Yeah, give me Giannis.
Giannis is the best player
I
in the
don't think
league.
I would not have. No. Hold on. Before we
But you
say
took
that,
LeBron over Giannis.
before
That's
you
what
say
happened.
that, what did we say before we started the quiz? What did we say?
Last time?
We said pure basketball skill. I think
Okay.
Kevin Durant is purely a better basketball player than Giannis. I do not think he's a better NBA basketball player than Giannis. I think he's a better basketball player, basketball skill.
He's a better pure.
Okay.
He's a more pure
He's a
hooper.
better hooper. Yep.
But
Okay, take Giannis. Take Giannis.
yeah, it's Giannis. Okay. I
Give me
got.
LeBron.
I don't know, dude. Steph just won Finals MVP, man.
Okay, yeah. Last time we saw him play, yeah, Steph.
Yeah, we gotta take.
I'm okay. Yeah. Bradley Beal over Shea. I feel like that's
Bradley Beal.
consensus.
I got Bradley Beal.
I got Beal over
Yeah, me
Jaylen
too.
Brown too. We're disregarding Zion, so we'll move on. Paul George is better than Brandon Ingram. I'm
Yep.
tired of the Paul George disrespect that I'm seeing on Twitter, bro. I'm tired
No.
of it. People are forgetting how good Paul George is.
Oh, he literally almost single-handedly beat us.
Literally,
Took us 6 games.
he took the
Value-
Suns to 6 games.
The value
Like, on
boy from
his own.
going to 7.
And granted, he did miss the 2 free throws to allow that to
Yeah.
happen, but we don't have to talk about that.
Kawhi.
We got Kawhi over Paul George. That's pretty easy.
Rudy.
Yeah, I'll take Rudy Gobert over Garland. We good with that?
Yep.
Brandon, I was waiting for you to say something. I thought you were gonna be like, ah.
Well, I just
But
thought
okay.
I thought it was close. I thought it was close. Let's not
not
disrespect.
AD,
Yeah.
AD,
AD over Mitchell definitely. Tatum
Tatum.
over Levine definitely.
Tatum.
Tatum.
Yup. Cat.
Give me
Yeah,
Harden, bro.
I'm taking
Give me
Cat.
Harden. Give me Harden, bro.
I don't.
Cat,
I don't.
Cat folded in the playoffs. Remember that.
I mean, Tatum folded in the playoffs too, and we just put him over DeMar. DeMar probably overall had a.
Okay, no, but the general whole playoff run, Tatum did really good. Just the finals, he didn't do amazing.
That's true. Cat. I mean, that was Cat's like first real playoffs, though. I don't necessarily like.
That's
I'm not gonna
whose
hold
fault is
that.
that, bro?
And we just got done talking about how Harden is a bad playoff performer too.
He didn't do
He-
terrible in these playoffs, though. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't win, obviously, but he didn't do bad. He was a really good playmaker. A couple shots.
I think I'm gonna take Cat over Harden.
Me too.
Okay. See the Harden disrespect on here.
I just Dame over Cat. That's pretty easy, yeah.
Yep.
I got Luke over Dame. I feel like that's pretty
Yeah.
easy now too. Trey over Chris Paul. That's pretty easy. I got Embiid over Trey. I'm just gonna click. If they're obvious, I'm just gonna click through. If that's cool.
Make sure you say it though, just in case for the people who just listen.
Yeah, I got Embiid
Don't
over
click
Trey
too
Young.
fast. We don't have to restart.
Right. Embiid
Embiid.
over Book. I got KD over Ja. I got.
Got KD. Make KD.
Well, last time we
Um,
saw him hoop, KD got swept. At least Jokic took one game from the
Yeah,
champs.
KD was hooping.
Was he though?
Kevin
Didn't he
Durant.
average like
Well,
22?
That's pretty good,
Kev-
bro.
It ain't KD.
Kevin
No, I'm
Durant.
taking
But
is a
KD.
didn't
top-
Jokic get swept too, or they won?
He took
They win like
one
a year.
game.
Actually, no, I'm taking Jokic. I'm taking Jokic. Give me Jokic.
Kevin Durant is a top 3 NBA player, and Jokic is top 5. So I'm gonna take Kevin Durant. I think.
Taking KD.
LeBron over Shea. That's pretty easy. LeBron
Brown.
over Jalen Brown. LeBron over
Brown.
Beal. LeBron over Kyrie. We're disregarding Zion, so we'll take Garland. I got Brandon Ingram
Yeah,
over
me
Garland.
too.
Yeah.
And I want to say, Brandon Ingram is gonna shoot up the rankings after this season, I think. And I know Rod agrees with me because Rod is the one who like first introduced me to like this take. I agree. I think Brandon Ingram is gonna open a lot of eyes, and I think he's gonna be in the ranks with like Book and Tatum and like Donovan Mitchell, all of them. I think he's gonna be
Yeah.
up there with them after
I
this
agree
season.
on that, but I would say last season Rudy was better.
Yes,
That's
based
my
on
take. That's my
last season, I'll take Rudy Gobert over Brandon Ingram.
But next season it'll be clear. Brandon Ingram.
Yes.
George.
Paul George over Gobert, right?
Yeah.
Paul George over Donovan Mitchell. Paul George is the best shooting guard in the league when he's healthy. Let's just
Yeah.
be clear there.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna take
AD.
AD over Paul George. Because AD, man, I know
Me
we're
too.
saying this is like based on the last time we saw them play, and the last time we saw AD play, he was like out for the whole season. But for Anthony Davis, you have to just assume that he's like healthy and
Healthy AD is like top 5.
top
But he's never
5. I
healthy.
think is a stretch.
Top
but
5 skill wise.
That's acceptable. I'll take that. I got Kawhi over AD.
I take.
Yeah?
Actually,
I'm sticking with Kawhi.
Should be Kawhi.
all right, we'll
I'm
go Kawhi.
sticking with Kawhi. I'm just saying.
You said a
man.
little too fast for me.
Okay. That's interesting.
Give me James
Arya.
Harden. Give me James Harden. Give me James Harden.
Yeah, fuck Levine.
Fuck Levine.
He's like the 8th best shooting guard in the league. I'm taking Desmond Bain over this man.
Bro.
What? You gotta be trolling.
He hates anything Chicago related.
That's true. Fuck it, dude. I'll take Harden too.
Yeah,
Levine, Levine's just like a glorified Jamal Crawford at this point. DeRozan over Harden. That's
DeRozan.
pretty easy.
Get DeRozan.
Nah, I'm taking
After,
Towns.
yeah, just based on last season, DeRozan had a better season than Cat.
I thought we were talking about last time we seen him play.
Last time we saw them play was last season.
Yeah.
The Minnesota made it out the first round.
Doesn't mean
Yeah,
Cat had a better season.
I don't think I speak exactly literally like the last game they played.
Yeah, we don't have to be
but
that
it's-
literal about it.
Just basically like last season.
DeRozan was
playoffs,
all
if they're playing
NBA
the-
and Cat was wait, was DeRozan second team?
DeRozan was second or third.
Yeah, I think he was
I
third.
think
I think he
Cat
ended up
was
making third. Cat was third
Cat
as
was
well.
third.
they're both third.
Well,
I got DeMar. DeMar, what he did
yeah,
with
I'm
Chicago
taking
was something
DeMar.
else.
Yeah, that shit was insane. He channeled the spirit of Michael Jordan for a short
Yeah.
time there. Like that
Two
was
back-to-back
crazy.
game winners too.
Man found
Yeah,
some
that's
shoes.
nuts.
Man found some shoes on the electricity line.
I've actually seen
Um,
that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Dame is better than DeMar,
I mean, yeah, I agree.
right? Okay. I'm glad we're all on the same page there. Dame's better than Tatum.
I
We
like
good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy.
Really?
I'll take Jimmy.
Dude, because I feel like Dame's top 10.
I think he's in the same range as Booker, 11 to 15. I think Jimmy's top 10. I think Jimmy's at the 10th spot.
Really?
I would
Yeah.
take Dame. I don't think Jimmy's at the 10th spot.
My gut-
There's a
Just because
Jimmy
his defense,
coasts.
the way he
Jimmy coasts
carries
a
in the playoffs,
lot.
though, Jimmy plays amazing in the playoffs.
Dude.
Always just carries the team on his back every time.
Arian, I see where you're coming from. And I get it, but my gut is telling me Dame.
Okay.
That's just my gut reaction to that is Dame. So I think I'm gonna go with Dame. We got Ja over Chris Paul. That's easy. Here's the big one.
I got
Trey. I'm taking
I'm taking
Trey.
Trey.
Oh, never mind. Maybe it's not a big one. Jokic over
Jokic.
Trey. That's easy.
Yeah.
Jokic over Book. See,
Jokic.
this quiz I hate, man, because they always put Book with players that are obviously better.
That means he'll be there soon. It's a sign.
It's a sign. I
Embiid.
have
I got Embiid.
Embiid
I got
over
Embiid.
Jokic, and if you tweet this and Nuggets fans see it, they will like eviscerate you.
I'm gonna do it
but
right now.
You're gonna, you're gonna tweet it.
I got Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I got
Say-
Embiid over Jokic. Embiid got that dog in him, and Jokic just don't. Did you guys? I don't know if you guys saw that thread a few weeks ago about how Jokic is actually a playoff dropper. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see that. I don't
And
look
it
at those. I don't look at those threads, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
There was a whole I wouldn't be able to I couldn't even tell you who tweeted it, but there was a whole thread about how Jokic is actually like a playoff dropper and actually hurts the team when he's on the court. And
I
even
don't
in
look
the
at any
bubble.
threads about Jokic because it's just all advanced stats. I'm like, I don't understand this shit, so I'm not gonna look at it.
I only looked at it because they said that it was like an anti-Jokic thread, and I had already had like Embiid over him at that point, so I needed more evidence. So it very much fit my agenda. But yeah, I'm taking Embiid over Jokic. I'm taking
Embiid.
Kevin Durant over Embiid. Whoa,
I'm taking KD.
Brandon, did you say Embiid?
I think Embiid. Yeah.
Can I?
KD,
Why?
KD was the second best player last year, in my opinion.
What-
Embiid was top 2 for MVP.
Oh, forget
Devin
forget
Booker.
the
Devin
media
Booker
votes.
was top 4 in the MVP.
I just think as a
I
like,
think okay.
last time we saw KD was averaging like 30.
I think it's closer than what you guys are making it seem right now.
It is
I think
close.
you
No,
can
I
go
think
it's a
both ways.
toss-up.
I think you can go both ways and
toss-up,
not be wrong.
I think
It's a
Embiid's
toss-up,
definitely
but I
top
just think
5.
KD was better. KD was just
Embiid's
better.
definitely top 5, but KD's top 3. Kevin Durant just averaged 30 points on like 53% shooting, bro.
Could be like KD at 3, Embiid at 4, or KD at 2, Embiid at 3.
Yeah,
Something
and then
like
it's
that.
like you can't get mad over one spot.
That's why I'm taking Embiid. That's why I'm taking KD. I mean,
Right.
No, but it's like
And
A
Beat
lot
just
of the
averaged
spots-
30 on 50%
Did he?
shooting. Damn near
On only
40%
the center,
from
though.
3.
I mean Kevin Durant had better efficiency if that's the case.
Let's see.
I know Kevin Durant had like at least like 53, 54% last season.
He was
'cause I looked at his
51-38. Embiid was 50-37. And
Kevin Durant.
Embiid scored one extra point. Embiid scored.
All,
I
all
just
that tells
think
me
K-
is
I
Kevin
just think
Durant
KD
had
was
better
better.
efficiency. I think Kevin Durant's better.
Give me KD.
So
Either
Embiid
way,
averaged
it's
Embiid
2-1.
averaged 30.6 and 11.7 rebounds on 50% shooting, 37 from the three. KD had 29.9 on 51%, 38%, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Okay. Embiid had 30.6, 11.7, and 4.2.
Tell me
Very
their
close efficiency.
tell me their attempts per game, please.
Okay. Embiid shot the ball. Let's see, hold on.
Because this is very important.
Embiid took 20 field goals. 19.6 if you want to be technical. 19.6. Durant took 20.3.
Okay, so Kevin Durant was better. He was more efficient
What?
scorer. He had a higher percentage on more shots per game. That's what that is.
Either way, bro,
On
it's 2-1.
point-
It's 2-1. Just take KD.
That's fine.
It's
On
more,
0.7
Brandon.
more shots, this man.
Points. It's more.
This
It's more.
man.
It's more.
This
It's
man.
more.
That's okay.
It's
That's
more.
It's okay. I'm not hating on your take. You're hating on my take.
No, I was genuinely wanting you to like. I was genuinely prepared.
No, I know.
If Embiid had more attempts, I was going to put Embiid. But
You would have put Embiid?
if he had more attempts,
It's okay.
but he didn't, and it could have been 0.1.
Embiid
Te-
also had a steal and a block and a half per game. KD
Okay,
had
I'm clicking Kevin Durant.
no less than a steal and less than a block.
Shea.
Shea, because we're not doing Zion. Shea over
Oh,
Garland.
I'm taking Shea.
I'm taking
I
Shea.
don't think that one's close. I don't think that one's that close. Darius is gonna be really good. It's not close right now. Brandon
BI.
Ingram over
BI.
Shea. Brandon. I
BI.
got Brandon Ingram over Jalen Brown too.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll take BI.
Beal.
I got
This-
Bradley
this-
Beal.
Yeah, I'll take Beal. But again,
That
I
will
want to be
there.
clear. Brandon Ingram is one of my top 3 like agendas for next season is Book, PG, and Brandon Ingram. So I think Brandon Ingram's going to be up there. I'm taking Beal over Gobert.
Yep.
We cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
Fine.
100%.
Okay.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah. This one's tough because
Actually, you know what? Give me Donovan Mitchell.
really, what made
Donovan
You
you,
were
Mitchell-
what made you
arguing
change your
Donovan
mind?
Mitchell and Gobert.
I just think Donovan
What?
Mitchell is the third. I think Donovan Mitchell is the third best shooting guard in the league. I think
Is
Bradley
it?
Beal is fourth.
Who's second?
Booker.
Oh, I guess it's PG, Book, Mitchell.
I think Donovan
Beal,
Mitchell's
right?
underrated now just because he played bad defense in the playoffs. I think his regular season went under the radar.
Dude, yeah, because
Potentially had a better.
I
regular
would take
season than
Beal.
Booker.
I would take Beal.
and
I think
I think Donovan Mitchell's definitely a better playoff than Bradley Beal.
I agree. I can agree with that.
I'm telling. I think Donovan Mitchell honestly almost had a better regular season than Booker. That we were the number 1 seed by so far that nobody really paid attention at all.
Yeah, I
Jazz
kind of
are
want to say Donovan Mitchell. I think there's like a stigma that Suns fans like hate Donovan Mitchell.
He's like one of my favorite players.
We don't hate
So
him.
fun to watch.
We just know that he's not as good as Book, and we hate the Jazz. There's a difference, but Donovan Mitchell is a very good player. I'm gonna put him over Beal. I'm
Kyrie.
not gonna put him over Kyrie.
Yeah.
Not gonna. Oh,
I'm taking Kyrie.
PG.
I'm taking Kyrie.
I'm taking PG pretty easily over Kyrie.
I'd take Kyrie.
That's crazy. Can you
I think
please
PG
tell
is
me
like
why?
11 or 12. I don't think.
If
I don't know, I
PG's
just think-
11,
Well, what Kyrie was doing in the regular season, last time we saw
It was
him play,
20 games, though.
basically.
dude, yeah, he was taking a break after. He was taking a 5-game break after every game.
In those games they did play, he was amazing. He dropped what 60 or something, almost 60.
Dude,
and you like I don't know. I think he's a better player.
okay,
Last
I'm
time.
gonna if if Paul George is 11 to 12, then I think Kyrie is 13, 14. Like,
I definitely think it's close.
but I'm gonna take Paul George. Brandon, you're taking Paul
Yeah, I'm
George?
taking PG.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Paul George. But that, I mean, hey, that's another one where that, that could be like interchangeable.
LeBron.
LeBron over, that's easy. LeBron over Paul George.
LeBron.
LeBron over AD. LeBron,
Yeah, LeBron.
LeBron.
yeah. LeBron over Kawhi. Levine over Chris Paul. See, Chris Paul is gonna end up at like 29
I'm putting
again.
Zion. I'm just put Zion over him, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, me and Isaac said this before we started. We cannot have Chris Paul bottom 25 because it's
But
just
is
not.
he
He is
really?
realistically, he's not better than any of these players.
Is he actually better than any of these players?
At this point of his
We'll have to
career,
keep going.
no.
We'll have to keep going. I feel like bottom
Levine
25
over.
sounds so disrespectful. That just
But
sounds
Just he's
so
I think-
37,
disrespectful.
bro. He's 37.
I think when we get like the final list, I think it'll make more sense.
Yeah. Take Ja.
Good job.
Ja over Zach. Uh, shit.
I'll take Ja.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Ja is just. He's probably just a more impactful player right now, yeah?
Yeah. Harden's getting too injured now.
Ja
Hard to
over
judge.
Ja over Harden. I'm gonna take Cat over Ja. Personally.
This is hard.
Is that crazy?
Okay,
No.
if we're just going off last season, then Ja. But as basketball player, Cat's better. But Ja had like a crazy playoffs and a crazy regular season.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Because
Ja.
if we just look at their like it's the same argument with Devin Booker and Trae Young. I think Cat is a more well-rounded player. I think Cat's probably a better scorer. I think he's definitely a better defender. So the only thing Ja really has on Cat is like playmaking.
I mean that's true. I think if we're going off like we said last season, I think Ja was better.
That's okay. I mean, we got a 2 versus 1 anyway, so I don't have a choice. But take DeMar over Ja.
Yeah, I'll take DeMar.
We good with that?
Yeah.
Brandon?
Yeah, I shook my head. You might not have seen it.
I just have to make sure with you every time because I never know if you're gonna just say some like out of pocket take.
Well,
like,
because he's quiet.
Is
He's
Ja over
thinking about
DeMar
something
like
to say, and
a
then he just
is Ja over DeMar like an out of pocket take though?
based on last season, maybe it depends who you ask, I guess. If you ask Trae Young fans, yeah, it's probably. Oh wow.
I got DeMar.
Yeah, last season I'm going DeMar.
Yeah, I'll go DeMar too, just for the simple fact that he had like a otherworldly season, and you can't ignore that. Here we go.
Book.
This
Yeah, I'm taking Book.
So biased.
Yeah,
Is it-
I don't think this is biased to take
See,
Book over
if
DeMar.
if this was like when DeMar was like an MVP candidate, easily DeMar.
yeah,
But he had a big drop off.
all
for
you
that.
need to say for Booker over DeMar is the All NBA teams. Book was
DeMar,
was
like
first
realistically, he
team.
had after that like miracle run he was having, where he was averaging 30 every game. He had a big drop off after that. Had a couple of bad games, and he didn't do well in the playoffs.
Yeah, neither did Trae, to be honest. Book
Oh.
was having a good playoffs until the last 2 games.
He got hurt.
And he got hurt. He was playing injured. So, yeah, and then just like Book was first team All NBA, DeMar was third team. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just how it is. So I'll take Book. I'm glad I can finally click on Devin Booker in one of these. Here it is. Here it fucking is. I
would take Book.
I'm
I
taking
would take
Devin
Jason
Booker
Tatum.
I'm taking Devin Booker over Jason Tatum, and this will not be a popular take ever. But Jason Tatum and Devin Booker are basically the same player right now. they're essentially the same player. Jason Tatum's just a little bit taller and slightly better defensively. So my argument for Book over Tatum is each of their performances in the finals, in their individual finals. Devin Booker put up better performances and was more consistent against arguably I
I would say
think
a better team.
a
I was gonna
better team than the Warriors. I think the Bucks are probably a better team at full strength than the Warriors are. I think if it's a Bucks Warriors finals, I think the Bucks win that series in 6.
I can definitely, because it's bad. It's a bad taste in everyone's mouth because they had a bad finals. I would say he's a more complete player, but if we're going based off that, yeah, but then Booker's better.
Like technically speaking, Tatum and I've used this argument for other players here that he's the more well-rounded player. He's they're on the same level scoring and playmaking wise, and then Tatum is slightly better defensively. But I cannot, for the simple fact that they both just played in their first finals, and Devin Booker did significantly better.
Yeah.
Jason
We
Tatum.
could take Book.
Jason Tatum's best game in the finals this year was 28 points on 42% shooting, which doesn't even touch 2 of Book's games from the finals, where he had obviously 40. We all know. So
we could take
I'm
Tatum.
taking.
Not Tatum,
I'm,
Booker.
I'm taking Devin. I mean, we had a 2v1 anyway, but I'm taking Devin Booker, and I know that this is gonna set people off when we post this, and I really hope so, because I love pissing people off on Twitter with this stuff. I will put Jimmy Butler over Devin Booker though, because Butler's better than both of them.
Yeah.
It's cool with me. Jokic.
Jokic over Jimmy, that's easy.
Jokic.
Jokic over Dame.
Luka.
Okay, I was hesitating. I didn't know what you guys were gonna say, but I'm taking Luka.
Taking Luka still.
This is harder.
Here's my thing. I don't think Luka's top 5. And I think
he's
Embiid.
top 5.
I think Embiid is.
I think I would take Embiid.
And we're just gonna fucking sound like Luka haters because we're Suns fans. I hate this.
Yeah, take Embiid. Take Embiid. He averaged 30. He had the better regular season. Got the better playoffs, but
yeah, I mean he was an MVP candidate and Luka wasn't.
Yeah.
That's all I need to say.
Let's go.
Aryan.
Hey, give me Zion.
I mean, Brandon, I know you hate the Chris Paul disrespect, but if someone came up to you right now and said, "Would you trade Chris Paul straight up for Zion Williamson?" You're saying yes.
Wait, would you say the question again? Am I taking Zion for Chris Paul?
Would you trade Chris Paul for
Dude,
Zion?
1,000,000%. But that's different.
Okay.
I'm going based off potential.
No, take Chris Paul. Take Chris Paul just because.
We'll take Chris just because we did say we weren't counting Zion this time, but Zion is definitely better. Just so we're clear.
Chris Paul.
Garland. Because if Brandon, like you said, if
he just wants Chris Paul to not be last.
He just doesn't want Chris
Paul
to be last.
Crazy.
Dude,
Darius Garland
do you know how good the Suns would be if they had Garland instead of Chris Paul, dude? We'd be nuts. We would have won the finals.
Okay.
Maybe not last year, but this season we would have won the whole thing, bro. Because last season, wasn't there literally an article last season about how Darius Garland is the worst player in the NBA or something?
He went from the worst to the best in a year. Or not best, not the best, not bad.
But very good, top 30.
10.
So yeah, the Suns would be insane if they had Garland. So I'm taking LaVine over Garland though.
I actually saw there was a list that came out and they didn't have Darius Garland as a top 10 point guard. Drew Holiday and they're over him. Which I thought
That's
was
crazy. I think Garland is very easily better than Drew.
I just want to say this real quick. The man you guys are hating on dropped 2 30 bombs against New Orleans and a 28-14 game, 30-10, and had a perfect game one of those games.
How many total shots did he take in the Mavs series after game 2? Like 4.
Dude,
That's not what I'm
he
talking. We can't, like you said, we can't go on the very last game we saw of them. We can't go on the very last game.
Yeah, I'm talking about
all
Where was
dude.
Garland in
4
the
games before
playoffs?
the
Where was
4
Garland
games
Oh
in the
my
before.
god,
playoffs?
he's not on as good of a bro. The Suns would have won 70 games if they had Garland. I'm just saying, bro. I admire how much you're defending
I
Chris
think
Paul.
we're
I
giving
really
no.
do.
It's not that I'm not like sticking up for him his bad play. I understand. I just think it's crazy that like I think it's still disrespectful. I think it's
Uh,
disrespectful.
I really admire your stance here, and I'm glad you're being so you're so poised, man. But Garland's just better.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. I mean, you didn't have a choice anyway. But
Shit, if we're taking Garland over Chris Paul, we better take Garland over Levine. Let me tell you that.
whoa, you got Chris Paul over Levine? What are we talking about?
wait, just look. Listen,
No, just the
Darius
Levine
Garland
hate.
averaged 7 more points than Chris Paul, and only
On
1 less assist.
and
One
he's the
less
number one
assist.
option, isn't he?
Yeah.
Chris Paul was our bottom. He was our
Second
third
option.
best scorer.
Second option, bro. He was our
Second option. Chris Paul was very much the second option. And you think Chris Paul, if Chris Paul's the
Hold on.
first option, you think he's average? What do you think Chris Paul would average as the first option on a team right now?
Darius Garland averaged
How
22,
many
10,
shots?
and 3.
How many shots did Garland take last season?
I don't know.
Let me tell me.
Oh, brother.
Took 16.6. Oh no, never mind. That's a projection. He took oh,
He took
17. 17.
17?
I'm looking at the wrong shit.
So
I'm
he
looking at the
took
wrong shit.
6
took
more
17.
shots. What was his percentage?
46.
46. So Chris Paul shot 50%, 49.3.
On how many shots?
11.
So he made 5 shots a game.
5.6. Out of 11, that's still 50%.
Dude,
No, okay, just move on, bro. Just move.
So
I'm not doing
so
this.
he's the first option. So Garland's the first option. DA took more shots than Chris Paul.
Brandon,
DA took more shots than Chris Paul. So he's our
Brandon.
second option.
Brandon.
Just think Garland's a better player. That's it.
Dude, Chris Paul is not the first option on any NBA team right now.
That's not what I'm
If
saying.
we're talking-
I'm
if
saying
we're talking about the
Garland.
Clippers days, bro. Yeah, give me Chris Paul.
I'm saying you said Garland averaged how much? What did he average?
22.
He averaged 22 on 6 more shots. Okay.
Dude, I'm taking 22 on 17 shots over 14 on 11 shots.
And only 1 less assist.
And only 1 less
3
assist.
rebounds. Got 3 rebounds a game.
And he's
Having
probably
2 of the best rebounders in the NBA.
So
and he's young and he's better. He's more athletic.
In theory, if you gave Chris Paul those 6 shots that extra that Garland had, Chris Paul's at 20 points a game.
That's assuming he
He makes
makes
it.
all those shots.
It's in garbage time, bro. He's knocking it down.
Oh,
That's
that's where the
assuming
Suns
that
are
he-
half the time. That's when he takes a shot. So yeah, he's knocking him
You-
down. He might make 4
you-
out of the 6 and be at 22 points a game.
You say that you give him those like 6 extra shots, but you're assuming that he makes all 6 of those.
No, I'm assuming that he makes half of those.
But you can't talk
If he made all
hypothetically 'cause
6
he's
of
not
those,
taking those
if he
6
made all
shots.
6 of those, he's
Never
averaging
would.
26 a game.
Never would take those 6 shots.
But also,
It's-
yeah,
it's-
that's
you
a
can't
very
talk
that's,
hypotheticals.
it's also hypothetical, and it didn't happen.
I'm just saying one's number 1 option on a shittier team. One's technically the number 3 option. He takes the
This
third
is-
least amount of shots or third most shots.
Bro, just move on, bro.
I can't.
Move on.
It's just okay. That's okay.
Give me Zach LaVine over Darius Garland.
Yeah, me too.
We'll
I was kidding.
we
with
can
that.
revisit this after. We'll
I just think
revisit
it's
this.
crazy. I just think it's crazy.
I guess Levine over Shea, but
Yeah,
again,
give me LaVine.
Shea's gonna get his flowers one day.
Yo, this is crazy. Basketball Reference is projecting Chris Paul to score 17 points a game next season.
That's crazy.
Jaylen
I like
Brown.
Jaylen Brown over Levine.
Yeah, me too.
I like Harden
JB.
over Jaylen Brown.
Give me Harden.
Okay, Brandon, you look like you disagree.
No, I disagree, but I think it's like you can't be wrong taking either. I think it's close. I would take JB.
Okay. I'm taking Brandon Ingram over
Yeah, me
Harden.
too.
Yeah,
BI.
I'll take Brandon Ingram.
Okay. I'm taking Cat over Ingram.
Yeah.
me too.
We cool there? But
Yep.
I mean,
Mhm.
I can't praise Brandon Ingram enough. He's gonna be up there. I'm taking Cat over Gobert.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Beal.
Give me Bradley
This is
Beal.
a decent one.
Yeah.
I
Bradley
feel like
Beal.
Cat. I feel like Cat. Kind of has the perception that he's kind of like weak. Like he doesn't have that dog in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll take Beal. I like
I
Cat
got Beal.
though. I'm taking Ja over Beal, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Me too. I like
And
that.
I'm gonna take Mitchell over Ja.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I agree.
Because I think
I would take Ja, but
I think we had Mitchell over Beal earlier. Right?
do we?
So by that logic we have to have him over
I think I
I
voted
think he had
for
a
Beal
better. I
last
think
time
he, I
anyway,
think
but
he played
I would
better.
take Ja, but I can. Mitchell's okay.
I
Ooh,
am
ooh, this is hard. This one's hard.
This one's hard. I might take Trey,
I
honestly.
kinda like Trey over
Yeah,
Mitchell.
Trey.
I was gonna say Trey.
Uh
Kyrie.
I would take Kai.
Kyrie.
yeah, this one's kinda tight though. I wouldn't surprise me if Trey's better after this season.
Yeah.
This is kinda tough.
I'm still taking Kyrie.
Really.
hmm
I think you just have a higher opinion of Kyrie than I do in
Yeah,
general.
me too. Because if we're going,
He has
off
a bad.
last
He has a
season-
bad perception right now just because he sat out last year or whatever. But the games he did play, he was elite.
I would.
I can rock with Kyrie over DeMar, I think.
That's
I
okay
can
with
rock
me.
with
That's
that.
okay with me too. If we're going solely off last season though, it would be
I can
Demar,
rock
but
with
I would take
Kyrie.
Kai. Ugh,
We have to pick Kyrie
I would take
because
Kyrie.
I would
because
take
we
Kyrie too.
said Kyrie's better than Book and we said Book's better than Tatum.
I
So
would
we
take
have to
Kyrie.
take Kyrie here. Oh, we didn't say. Never mind. I'm capping.
I'm still taking Kyrie over Book.
But Kyrie over Book. I'm taking Jimmy
Jimmy.
over Kyrie.
Jimmy. Yeah, I'm taking Jimmy too.
Jimmy gonna be a top 5 player.
Here we go.
Taking Paul
I'm
George
taking
over
Paul
Jimmy.
George.
Taking Paul George.
Paul George is
okay,
gonna
mate.
remind these people he's gonna remind these his disrespect is not gonna go unnoticed, and he's gonna remind these people this season, man. I really do think so.
Give me Paul George.
My gut is telling me Dame over Paul George.
Yeah.
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 You cool? Brandon, you're being quiet.
Sorry. Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. I got probably AD over Dame. Yeah.
Yeah, I would take AD
Yeah.
over Dame. I think that's like a 9-10 thing.
Jokic
Jokic.
over AD. That's easy.
Mhm.
Probably Jokic over Kawhi, right?
Jokic. Yeah. Based off last season, yeah.
I kind of want to put Jokic over LeBron too. He just won MVP.
LeBron didn't have an amazing year.
He averaged 30.
Jokic
I'm
is
so
better.
confused. The agenda switch. The
Did he
agenda
actually?
switch.
No, he did average 30. I know.
I would take
But-
LeBron.
That's nuts. I don't know, because Jokic just won MVP, bro.
We can't
I-
act like
I
this is
am
one of
not-
the weakest MVPs we've seen
I
in a
don't
minute.
like. I'm not a huge Jokic guy, but I am not comfortable. If Jokic is outside of the top 5 on our list, I'm gonna be very uncomfortable because he just won MVP.
Also, LeBron didn't make the playoffs, bro. And
That's
team
not
is-
entirely his fault. His team's trash.
it's not his fault, but Jokic's team is trash too.
He put up
That's
30.
true.
Jokic's team is garbage.
I'm picking Jokic.
That's okay.
Taking Jokic.
I'm gonna
Steph.
pick Steph over
Steph,
Jokic though.
Finals MVP.
I'm gonna.
I want to take Luca,
I want to take Luca,
but I think it's gonna fuck everything up.
but
I would
yeah,
take
I think
Steph.
we should take Steph.
I think we should take Steph.
We should take Steph.
Um,
Embiid for me.
Embiid.
That's tough. That's close though. But
It's because
yeah,
of
Embiid.
Curry's huge drop off in the regular season. He made up for it, I guess.
Here we go, man. Here's our list. Jesus.
This
Oh God.
Chris Paul at 29. Let's go.
Chris Paul at 29. All right.
this isn't that bad of a list. I mean, John
This is
Moran at
hey,
19,
this is much better than last time. There's a lot less weird shit.
Rudy
going on.
over Bi.
So Jokic didn't end up top 5.
Man, how the fuck's Shea not over Zach?
is
Zach need to be
rough.
30.
Zach need to be 30. I mean,
That
yeah, it's
shitball.
actually it's
It's
really
actually
not.
much better than last time.
I think
It's not that bad.
no, because like if you
The
think
last, I think in our last one, Embiid was at like 9.
He's at like 9 or something.
look for the people outside of the top 5 like Jokic, I'm taking everyone above him over Jokic.
I think that's valid. I think that's
Yeah.
very valid.
Same with Braun. Like Jokic is like there's some iffy ones, but like I can see where people would. Like
Only
anyone you
debatable
see, you
ones?
can see everyone above them and be like, okay, I can see that.
Very debatable ones is like 10 through 16.
Yeah, people are not gonna
15.
like people are not gonna like Devin Booker over Tatum. People are not. I don't think people are gonna like Ja being 19. I think there's gonna be a lot of people that
Thing
maybe
is,
not
like,
a lot of people, but
Yeah, like Booker, Tatum, and Mar and Trey are like right next to each other, so it's not like we put like Booker at like 10 and Tatum at 15. They're really right next to each other.
yeah, maybe next time we should do a tier list
Yeah.
so we can have tiers. I'm kind of curious what the consensus rankings
I would
are.
make you screenshot that.
I'll take a picture of it. The consensus rankings have Curry
Tatum
the
at
second best
9?
player in the league,
Tatum
which
at
is
9?
nuts. Tatum at 9 is crazy. Tatum does not even sniff the top 10.
Booker at 14 for both of them. That's something, right?
Yeah. Paul George below Book is crazy. Paul George is the best shooting guard when he's healthy. Anthony
Okay,
Davis
but-
at
okay, look at
16 is kind of
Look
crazy.
at the consensus. Chris Paul is not
I'm
above
telling you.
Jalen Brown, Cat, Donovan Mitchell, Zion,
You guys,
Zach LaVine.
He's
you
not
guys
above
are
any of
hating
those
on your
guys.
point
He's
guard,
not.
man.
He's
Point
not.
guard that brought us to the promised land.
I like Chris Paul, but it's like, dude, be realistic. He's not better than anybody on this list.
Brandon, that was blasphemy. You just spoke.
I'm
Chris
just talking
Paul.
shit. I'm being a Twitter hater. But
Please
hold on.
stop.
Let's look at our list. In my opinion, I'm dead ass right now. I would take Chris Paul over Darius Garland. I'd probably take him over Shea.
That's
Like
nuts.
no, like if
Yeah, I
this
can
is
see
so
that, but
different to
no
say.
more,
This
no
is
more
so,
than that.
This is so
more than that.
it's hard to completely different players.
That's all I'm giving you is Shea and
I
Garland.
can give you two people. That's it.
That's all you
What's
got.
the big
bro.
difference between 27 and 29?
Nothing. No. I'm just trying to say it's way different because like the role Chris Paul plays for us, I don't think Garland could play that. And I don't think Shea could play. I don't think Levine could play that role. This man is leading the league in steals and assists. Wasn't he like a few steals off leading the league in steals too?
I would lead the league in steals, bro.
Bro,
I mean, obviously Zach LaVine's not gonna play the Chris Paul role because he's not a
but
point
that's what
guard.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. But that's what I'm. That's not. what
That's
I'm
not a
s-
valid argument.
But our point is that Zach LaVine's a better player. Darius Garland's a better player. It's not about role. If Chris Paul is better, he wouldn't be
We're
playing that
changing
role.
the agendas though.
Dude,
because-
Cat
Okay.
can't play Chris Paul's role either. Does that mean Chris Paul is better than Cat?
No,
You
but,
know,
when
but
I'm
here, Brandon, here's
comparing
the
when
thing.
I'm comparing
If Chris
Garland
Paul
to
was,
Chris
if
Paul,
Chris Paul
Garland
is
can't play
capable of
Chris Paul's
scoring-
role on the Suns.
Garland only averaged 1 less assist.
Dude,
I'm
Garland
saying-
is. I think you're underrating Garland as a playmaker.
I'm
Chris
not.
Paul was put in Darius Garland's role. He couldn't do what Darius Garland's doing.
The only thing
Yeah.
Chris Paul doesn't. Chris Paul's not only a playmaker. At 37, he plays very good defense. It's not like he's lost out there.
I know, but if you swap, if you put Chris Paul on the Cavs as a starting point guard and you put Darius Garland on the Suns as a starting point guard, the Suns are the same, if not better, and the Cavs are worse.
That's not how you can. That's not how you rank players. You can't do that. Because again, Garland
no other
is
way
a
to rank
volume.
it.
Garland, he's a volume scorer. He obviously 17 on 22, 22 on 17. Okay, Chris Paul's never been that type of guy to just take a shit ton of shots like that. That's what I mean by his role. His role is not to go out there and get buckets.
But
So due to his role, he's a worse player. That's what that's the point.
No, that's not
If
how
he-
that works. That's not how that works. That's
dude,
not how
but
that
he
works.
he couldn't do what Garland does right now.
Hey, bro,
And
we
Garland
gotta
couldn't
end
do
this,
what
bro.
Chris Paul does on the Suns.
Oh my god.
We gotta end this, bro. Young boys, I drop. We gotta end this shit, bro.
We're gonna be the most
Dude.
mid album of the century.
Chris
No,
Paul's
no.
role on the Suns is such a specific role that like I don't necessarily think there's really any
And that's
other player
and
that
that's
could
why I
do
think
it.
you're downplaying him. That's what I think. I'm not trying to.
But his role doesn't change how good of a basketball player he is.
So is this list on how good of a basketball player you are? Because if so, KD is one. If so,
Yeah, but-
KD is one.
Oh my god.
Alright, no, I'm not doing
Brandon,
this.
you
I'm not doing this.
you have to understand.
I'm getting confused over the switching of the agendas and what we're ranking off of.
Like just because like you say like if we did this list based on who's a better basketball player, it's still not that simple. Like there's
Like, I
still
think-
a lot more nuance to it than just who's a better basketball.
I think
because
I
if
think
we're going
Brandon
off who's a
Ingram,
better basketball player, Rudy Gobert is 30th, bro. He's the last player on the list.
I think
'Cause
Brandon
everyone
Ingram's
here is a better basketball
player
player.
than Ja Morant. I think he's a better basketball player than Donovan Mitchell.
And that's what I'm saying is there's a lot more nuance to it than just who's a better basketball player. You have to
And that's
You
why I
have-
just think
it's-
we're ranking Chris Paul too low. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Bro, next time we'll put him at 1.
This guy-
All right, we've been going for a while, so this might need to be a time. Maybe Rod can jump on this, but we should probably
Rod's a
get
Chris
it wrapped.
Paul hater. I don't want to talk with him about Chris Paul.
We'll get someone in here, man. Okay. We'll bring this up to somewhere else. But we should probably get this wrapped up now because we've been going for a minute. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the We Know Ball podcast. We'll have this graphic out soon, and I cannot wait to put this out there because
Are we just gonna screenshot this, or are we gonna get one made?
God no, I'm gonna have Hassan make one.
Okay.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna be professional, man. What are you talking about? But yeah, once again, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the We Know Ball podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.